Om Jananim Sharadam Devi Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmu. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, one who thinks of God day and night sees Him every way. The another expectation or demand of the spiritual life is that see God everywhere, see the divine everywhere and act. You will never miss Dharma. You will never miss your path to perfection. You will be on the constant path of evolution if you can see God everywhere. The converse is, if you think of God constantly, day and night, at all times, it is unbroken thought of God will make you see the divine. How they are interrelated, you see. One is trying to give fulfillment to the other. When we see these two, we must understand a little increase in this will increase the other. A little more increase in this will make little more increase. We cannot suddenly increase and get increment. The more you are able to think of God, the frequently, to the extent you are able to see the divine externally. Why should we see divine everywhere, in good, bad, right, wrong, and all that? As a spiritual aspirant, you are expected to see divine everywhere, independent of all differences and dualities, because you will be at peace. Otherwise, there will be constant raga dvesha. It grows, it is subtle, at causal level. Now, I see someone whom I like. I see a person whom I don't like. I start my spiritual life. I am going each time. These opposites are disturbing me with raga dvesha. Some things attract me, some things repel me. And this constantly goes on. Now I am not at peace. I am doing my spiritual practices, but I am not at peace. Now I have duties to perform. Sri Ramakrishna says, oh, God is everywhere, but you cannot go and hug a tiger. That much understanding. You have to see the God, but keep away from certain things. Keep close to some certain things. Keep close to those things which take you towards God. Keep things away from you by nearing which you will be not seeing God. You will be away from the path to God. So this is your kartavya, your duty of life. What you have to do. It's a part of sadhana to keep away from bad things, but to look upon them as manifestation of the same duality. You see in worship, Sri Ramakrishna's worship, what we do on special days. The Pita Puja is done, Pita Devatas. In that, various things from the highest level, we go on, then we came to the physical level. Om Dharmaya Namaha, Adharmaya Namaha, Jnanaya Namaha, Ajnanaya Namaha, Ishwaryaya Namaha, Anashwaryaya Namaha, Vairagyaya Namaha, Avairagyaya Namaha. All these dualities as the manifestation of the same reality on which this world is standing. This world is a part of duality where there are two things which are, when one becomes two, it will come as positive and negative. The proton and the electron will be there always. When the atom is, when the atomic formation is there, by splitting of the principles, we find that One is positive, one is negative. They go together. They are manifestations of the same reality, but you want to see the duality. Now you have to raise to the level of where the duality dissolves. The duality dissolves only in divine. And when cultivating the divine awareness, you have to see the divine everywhere. At the same time, do your duty to keep yourself away, or their distinction is as a part of your sadhana. It's a part of your sadhana. To keep yourself clean is a part of your sadhana. You are not hating anyone and keeping away. It is to protect yourself you are keeping away. I have same respect for the good. I have the same respect for the bad. Because both are manifestations of the same God whom I am loving. But because it's going to harm me, I am protecting myself by being close to one and the other. You must be very clear regarding these aspects of sadhana. These differences will remain as long as these differences remain. So long. At the same time, as you practice the sadhana of seeing divine everywhere, you slowly start becoming calm and calm. Your inner raga dvesha starts slowly becoming weak, fading away. Similarly, ego starts melting down, start dissolving away. Where shall I show the ego? Where is the place? When you see divine everywhere, divine within, divine outside. And Sri Ramakrishna says, if you think of God day and night, you see divine everywhere. So it must be associated with unbroken thought of God, thinking of God, unbroken thought of God. And unbroken thought of God to have, that is constant, nirantara smarana. How to have that nirantara smarana? You will hold on to some, in the beginning stages, you hold on to something or other, again and again. Say japa. Try to do japa in such a way that thought of God continues with the japa. In japa, you must feel the living presence of God. Japa always is associated with the living presence of God. You feel the living presence of God and do the japa, and what links japa and yourself, japa and the presence of God, the living presence of God, the japa and your own existence. What is there to bind? Nothing can bind the three together. Now it must be love. Love binds these three. Lovingly feeling the living presence of God and lovingly repeating His name. Loving. This love binds the three. Yourself, the name of God, the mantra, yourself, and the deity, living presence of God. These three, when they become one, there is unbroken thought of God. When you do the puja, feel the same living presence of God. Living presence of God becomes many times a common factor. And then feel the living presence. Do it consciously. Everything. Whatever you utter, you are doing. Action and words are flowing together, seeing the living presence of God. Here, the ego is surrendered totally. I am a servant of God. I am offering certain things. I am serving God. In service, we saw. In service, in Karma Yoga, ego dissolves. Dissolution. Dasya Bhava. In Dasya, it is dissolution. Here, we bring that some way, and you see, with the destruction of ego or bringing the ego down, the ego he is brought to the subliminal level that it works, but it doesn't show its presence. It's called subliminal level. Liminal is where you feel the presence. In subliminal level, that you don't feel that it is there. So ego goes to the subliminal level of existence because ego is necessary. I am doing puja, but the ego should not be prakritika ego. It must be ego of the spiritual ego. The spiritual ego I am doing that finds oneness with God. Spiritual ego makes you feel oneness with God. Thought of the now in worship, through sometime you do worship and sometime you do the japa and thought of God is flowing continuously. Then you come to the worship for a change and in worship thought of God is going continuously. Then you sit for meditation. Meditation itself is a unbroken flow of thought of the divine. And you go to work or serve someone, trying to penetrate, bring slowly, feel the presence of God in the person or in the act which you are doing service or some act of sacrifice. Whatever you are doing, there you try to see the divine. The thought of divine is somehow flowing. The thought is continuing in different way. Then again you come to the Leela, reading, studies. Study those scriptures which are totally describing the presence of divine. For example, Bhagavata. These scriptures are Leela, associated with the Leela of God. It continues the thought of God. The thought of God is continuing as you read. So you read the Ramakrishna's Leela Prasanga, his life and life story, his teachings, his Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, now what we are studying. After reading a paragraph, you sit and contemplate upon it. When you contemplate upon it, it is called Leela Dhyana. In Leela Dhyana, your thought again is continuing with go on changing. You are cooking. Try to do every act of your action. The taking out rice, washing, putting, everything go on offering to the divine. Lord, I am doing this. You kept me here. I am doing all this for your sake. The thought of divine must become predominant, as if the child is holding the mother's hem, cloth hem, and doing some all things, weeping or praying or anything is doing, holding on to. That holding, you are doing all activities, holding on to the divine. The thought of the divine will be flowing through and through. So hold on to God in one way or the other without break. When you are driving a vehicle, try to see, feel the presence of God everywhere, in everything. The movement, the people making here and there, running, wrong way of driving, have no complaints. Instead of that, pray, offer. When I drive, somebody suddenly starts going in a wrong way, obstructing so many people. Every person gets annoyed and says, oh, see, look at him, how he is driving. I don't feel. The moment I see, immediately I pray to God. I offer that act of seeing. I offer the act of His doing to God and say, help him. Help him to go towards the divine. I don't know why God has given him that tendency. How it is going to help him, his spiritual evolution, I don't know. But he is doing it. I have seen it, and my part is in and through that vision, I link myself to the divine. A great opportunity when somebody makes a mistake to pray for him, to offer that sight, offer his action after my action of seeing to the divine, what a great awareness you see to see, because everything is ephemeral, it is transitory, it is going on, it's passing shows. What are you going to hold on? Why are you seeing something which is not going to help you in any way? It is not Viveka also to see something bad. What is the use? But it falls on your eyes. How to convert it into? This is how we spiritualize our life at a very level. So you by in and through all this you see there is unbroken thought of God while going to sleep, offering all things that happened from morning till night. The morning you got up, from that time you went to shrine, bow down, went for having wash, tiffin, this, that, going to the office, whatever you have done, in and through all that you totally, collectively, collective offering of all the entire day you have spent at the feet of God, and slowly merge your existence in God. I am sleeping on the lap of God and slowly merging in God. Look at while waking up, when you sleep with that awareness of divine, dissolving your existence in the divine, waking up will continue with the same awareness that divine everywhere and divine dissolved. As you are waking up, you see you are emerging in a new day with a new power with a new divinity. You are emerging from a divinity as divine. So this trend, this awareness will continue again the next day. One, again, first thing you do is to sit on your cot and again think of the divine. The cause everywhere filled with divinity, and you are raising from that. And on the other side, opposite to you, your Ishtadevata is raising in the same infinite existence as Sri Ramakrishna or Krishna or Rama, whatever form you are thinking of, you see, go down and begin your day. Not to have any moment in your life that you have broken your contact with the divine. In and through whole day, it is going on as yajna. This is thinking of day and night of God without a break. Then you see everything. New world is standing before you. Because except thought of God, except you are attending to all other people you are living, there is no hatred. All the ashtapashas dissolve, all the inner dirt which is natural, which are kama, krodha, lobha, moha, slowly all these are slowly dissolving away, fading away without water, drying away. In puja we do Bhuta Shuddhi, taking the Jivatma to the Shiva state, merging in Shiva and dissolving this body. Shoshya, Shoshya, Swaha. Idam Shadiram, Shoshya, Shoshya, Swaha. Idam Shadiram. What do we use? Sanghata, Sanghata. Jivasana. Mula Sanghata. Ullasvara. Mula Sanghata, Shoshya, Shoshya. The Mula Sanghata. The basic manifestation of the jiva in the form of bodily existence is Mula Shringata. That I am trying to dry up, Shoshya, Shoshya. Then Daha, I am going to burn down the Papa Purusha. Papa Purusha is Punya Purusha also. So this, all that is going to bring me back to karmic cycle is Papa only. The Punya also is going to bring you back to the body to experience Sukha Dukkha. So it is again anything that is going to bind you, whether good or bad, is Papa. So you are going to burn down that to have Nirantara Smarana. So when Sri Ramakrishna says Nirantara Smarana, it means something beyond. How deep, how easily Sri Ramakrishna gives that understanding, you see. Where is he taking you to Nirvikalpa state from the small bhakti that we are going to offer with great hesitation when the dhupa is put, how much it costs, the deepa, how long I have to burn, that much oil is gone. That oil burning he sees, his life is going, he is not bothered. Every moment of life is going away. Life is going, he is not bothered. So with that worship, small worship, he is going to attain the eternal. Because our boatman is expert. He knows how to steer our boat. But you see, it is like a man seeing flames on all sides after he has gazed fixedly at the flame for some time. He is gazing at flame for some time, and wherever he sees only flames. Sri Ramakrishna is giving that example. Concentrating on God, you see God everywhere. Thinking of God day and night, you see God everywhere. But that is not the real flame flashed through the mind, M's mind. M is sitting there listening, recording everything in his mind. He has to go and put them in paper. Flame everywhere. He's seeing flame, but flame is only, real flame is there only. Where he sees, he is not real flame. Wherever he sees flame, don't, it doesn't come. He sees only, it's not real flame, that is the real flame. This thought is coming in. You may think of God day and night, but wherever you see God is not real God. That is what he means. Thought came in his mind's mind. Sri Ramakrishna, who could read the man's innermost thought, said, one does not lose consciousness by thinking of him who is spirit, who is all spirit, all consciousness. Thinking of Chaitanya. Suppose I am thinking of Ishtadevata, day and night, I start seeing my Ishtadevata. Suppose my Ishtadevata is Sri Ramakrishna, I see everywhere Sri Ramakrishna, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's last days you see, in every grain, in every object, he is seeing Krishna. But it has not turned into Krishna. Otherwise, always starts to see Krishna. Like Kamsa. Kamsa also saw Krishna everywhere. With talwar he used to move about, hitting this stone and that stone. Like that, it is not objective transformation as to he has got the divya chaksha, subjective transformation to see what is eliminate what is unreal and see the real. The real is God. God has become this. He is able to see that God, what he has become this. It is subjective. He has got the divya chaksha. M is thinking it is the world has not changed. Same world is there. He may be seeing. The Thakur is telling about the subjective transformation. Thinking of God gets a divya chaksha to see the real. Now what I am seeing is unreal. The object I am seeing is unreal. The object that he is seeing is real. He is seeing real, he is seeing God, because it is real. I am seeing a world which is unreal. So the unreality dissolves and the reality manifests. I must undergo. It is, I have lost my real identity. I have acquired a wrong, a false identity by identifying with this body. And I am seeing this world. Like, just like entering into a dream, I am seeing a dream one. I come to waking, identify with this body and see a dream with this world. But I am not seeing the world. The bodily existence is seeing this world. So when I see the real. I am seeing the real. So from the false to real, and the inner transformation is taking place. I am getting the Divya Chakshu, which Sri Ramakrishna is again telling. It is not the consciousness changes. Listen. But it is not real flame flashed through the yam's mind. Sri Ramakrishna, who could read the man's innermost thought, said, one does not lose consciousness by thinking of him who is all spirit, all consciousness. Who could see, he is becoming Chaitanya. He is become, there is a transformation. He was bodily existence. Thinking of the Chaitanya, he has become Chinmaya. He has become Chinmaya. His body, mind, everything has become Chinmaya. He is able to see the Chinmaya now. As you undergo transformation, the external things undergo to the same extent of transformation by retreating the Maya. Maya moves behind and we see the reality. Maya has covered it. Maya has covered me also. So I am seeing the world. I am withdrawing this Maya within. So the Maya is retreating from the external world. I am able to see the divine everywhere. This is an important understanding we must get. One does not lose consciousness by thinking of God. You will not enter into imaginary world of falsehood again. Seeing God everywhere is not false. Seeing God everywhere is real. That's what Sri Ramakrishna means. Seeing flame everywhere is unreal. M is thinking. Because this is still there. It did not catch fire. If it was real, that did not happen. So, this is what? Unbroken. Cultivate, unbroken. In and through all this, Sri Ramakrishna is again and again emphasizing, don't leave God. Don't leave God. Hold on to God. Hold on. Think of Him. Transcend the nature. Enter into eternal freedom. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namami.